Hey, how you doing, Alex? Oh yeah, I got a special treat for you. Coming right up. Yeah, so Alexander, right now you're a moderator. Yeah, shout out to Scully Ton also. Yeah, I'm chilling. Let me check. Greetings. How you doing?
Hi, good evening, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing good. Master Mark Li. How you doing? How you doing?
Good,
Well,
good.
where you at originally? Because sometimes it's time differences.
Oh, I'm also in New York. I'm on Long Island.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm in
You're in
Philadelphia.
New York City, right?
Oh no, I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh, you're in Philadelphia.
But I'm
Okay.
originally from New York City.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So every Wednesday, I do a segment about the martial arts. So it's me and my
Okay.
co-host, Senpai Pete, and we talk. And we have actually interviewed a lot of individuals who are actually experts in the martial arts.
Okay.
And as far as Chinese martial arts, I interviewed a expert in Northern Shaolin and an expert in Wushu also.
Okay.
From Philadelphia.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you teach martial arts in Philadelphia?
No, I'm not. I'm not, an expert of the martial arts whatsoever. But I am a student of Sensei Pete.
Oh, okay. I see. And what is his style of martial arts?
His style of martial arts is, it's Seido, Kyokushin. He did 3 years of Taekwondo, and he's a second black belt in Marine Corps training.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yes.
So, what else do you do on the show besides, interviewing people who do martial arts?
Well, we interview people that do martial arts, but we always try. But this is also a martial arts safe space. So for anybody of any discipline, they could actually come here, feel at home, share their philosophy about their martial art, the way that they learned and everything.
Okay.
So it's very much a martial arts safe place. We're not going to go around and tell you, oh, your style is bad, your style is good. We're just letting
Okay.
everybody have the equal shot around here every Wednesday.
Right, right. Yes, that's a good concept.
Yes. So, Mark Lee, um, a little bit about yourself. When did you actually first learn the martial arts? Was it in your childhood? Was it when you was an adult? Was it in I'm just assuming. So, are you from China or your family's from China?
Yes, my family from Beijing, China, and I
All
came to
right.
the US when I was 12 years old, and I started
All right.
Chinese martial arts, like just the very foundation when I was around 5 or 6 years old. Um, it's not like an
Mm,
everyday thing, it's just a foundation because my dad, he was a professional martial artist, Chinese martial artist. He,
all
he
right.
started when he was 5 years old, and he joined later when he was a teenager. He joined like the provincial team in his province,
All right.
Shanxi province, and then and and then he went to Beijing Sports University to study wushu and Chinese kickboxing. And so he
Mm,
started me early, but not as something that I do every day, just to build a foundation. And then once I came to the U.S. When I was 12 years old, he started his martial arts school there, and then I joined
all right.
the classes to be his translator, and that's how I really get into like martial arts.
Okay. So, what style of the martial arts do you practice? Because I know that in China they have various styles.
Right. So the styles I do is categorized as internal martial arts, and the three major
All
styles
right.
within internal martial arts is Tai Chi, Bagua, and Xingyi. Those are the three major styles.
Mm, nice. Because talking about that, I don't know what it was because I used to read martial arts magazines heavy. There was like I can't really pronounce it, but I think it was like Li He Bi Quan or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Is that considered an internal martial art also, or within the branches of the internal martial arts?
You're talking about like the six harmony style.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think it's called.
Yeah, so the six harmony style is called Xingyi He. So He means six harmonies. Xingyi is like the heart center and the mind, the intention, and that uh is an internal martial art. But at the same time, I see that a lot of people are doing it as an external martial art. Um, yeah,
All
so
right,
you could categorize it as internal martial arts.
got you. That's interesting.
Yes,
So,
go
a,
ahead.
a question I gotta ask, like in Tai Chi, right?
Yes.
How many families was it originally when it was Tai Chi? Because I heard it was like something called Tai Chi or Wu Tai Chi back in the days of China. So
Yes, so
maybe you will know more than I will.
according to history, that Tai Chi started out with the Chen family Tai Chi, and and then later on it passed on to other people, now within the family. So there are various styles derived from Chen style. So later there is Yang style Tai Chi, there is Wu style Tai Chi, there is Sun style Tai Chi, and there's another Tai Chi also called Wu style Tai Chi, but with different characters. So now the major styles of Tai Chi, there are 5 major styles, but the Chen style is the original style, and then which passed down to Yang style. From Chen style, somebody learned Chen style from the Chen family, and then modified it and turned into Yang style, and then later it derives other styles of Tai Chi.
Interesting. So, talking about your father, right?
Okay.
I mean, that he must have. Well, I can't really say because certain topics are sensitive towards the Chinese community.
Okay.
But I heard that there was a time that there was certain people that they couldn't really practice the martial arts openly like that. Is that true, Mark?
Yeah, that's the Cultural Revolution in China
Right.
in like the
Hmm.
1960s and 70s. I was not born at the time, so I cannot say by experience that whether it was prohibited or not, but at least I think probably it was the case because China at the time, they want to make sure everybody listens to the Chinese government, right? So I guess
Right.
martial arts could be considered a threat to the Chinese
Hmm.
government, and so I would assume that people who practice Chinese martial arts at the time, they have to do a closed door or in their backyard.
Hmm. Right. So, so talking about your father's school, is it still up and running, or you're the grandmaster of your own father's school or owner of your father's school right now?
Oh, our school was closed during the COVID time. Um,
All right.
he started his school in New York City, and then later we moved to Long Island, New York, and he opened his school there in 2007. And he was teaching, and I teach for some time, and then I went to a graduate school in Virginia, and then I come back like occasionally on vacation, so I would teach during my vacation time, and after I graduated, I came back, I taught some more, and then I found a job in another country in Europe. So I was there for 3.5
Mm.
years. Came back to the U.S. and taught some more at his school, and then COVID hit, and we went online, using Zoom for some time, and then he decided to close his school because he he's right now like 68 years old, so it's like time for him to
All right.
retire now. I really teach big classes, but we still teach private lessons, to individuals who are really into learning internal martial arts.
All right. So, all right. With with you being in internal martial arts and everything like that. Sorry. Sometimes it's like there's always some friction. Let me check it. Just
Okay.
1 second. Mark, do you hear me?
Yeah, but it's with a lot of noise when you speak.
Yeah. Oh, so here's Pete. My instructor and co-host that I'll be talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Another question I'm gonna ask.
Yes.
All right, so being with your school and such, how often do you or your father go back to China?
Are you asking if we go back to China often?
Yeah,
Uh, uh, well,
yeah,
we
yeah.
used to, you know, my dad, he used to like host like summer camps for students. So we would go to China and also go to his hometown in Shanxi province and learn from the masters there. My grandfather, he was internal martial artist. Like, he was really good, and my father's like a kung fu brother, like senior kung fu brother, and they're also teaching, and so we go there. We went there like a few summers to learn from the masters there, uh, and then but we haven't been doing that for some time. So we're primarily just staying here in the U.S.
Good evening, Us.
Yeah. Good evening.
The
I don't know.
whole program sounds fuzzy, bro. I think you're gonna have to restart the whole program.
Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah.
Because I thought at one point that it was you. I thought at one point that it was the other bro. How you doing, brother? Good night. Good evening. And then now that I'm on, I'm hearing, and it sounds terrible on my end as well. Like I don't get it. You might have to shut it down completely and just start a refresh, and then open up Yard all over again. You gotta shut down Yard completely. Yeah, it sounds crazy. I can hear myself. Yeah, I'm gonna leave as well and come back in. Hello, let's try this again.
All right, so we're back.
You sound
Technical
great.
difficulties.
Uh-oh, I sound bad still.
Wow. Okay, does anybody hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, just very noisy and laggy.
All right. Thank you, Alexander.
Um, I would say check to see if you have any windows open. You maybe have the YouTube open at the same time. So then there's back language going back and forth. I know for sure the only two tabs that I have open is
I don't have
Google
anyone.
Documents and StreamYard.
Yeah. I mean, I do have like the Instagram tab, but then usually it doesn't cause a problem like that. So I don't know. Because sometimes there'll be the connection.
Shout out to Alexander. Oh, yeah, why does it sound like that? It shouldn't be sounding like that. I'll be right back. Let's reset. I'm resetting my whole computer. I'm resetting my whole computer. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, it is. Us. All right, so I'm back. Yeah. I mean, the only thing with I'm sorry for the Sifu Mark Li. Sometimes with this program, we have good days and we have bad days. Scully time. Is there any cackling right now? All right. You hear me on clearer now?
Well, it's hard to hear.
Oh wow. Yeah. Full call screen courtesy. It's not even supposed to be like this.
Maybe I'll log back in and see what happens.
All right. All right. So is everything good now? Let me check. All right. Okay.
Yeah, still very noisy.
Yeah.
It still sounds bad.
Hey Pete, how you doing?
It still sounds bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on either. All right.
So I did the whole computer reset thing, so I know it's not my end. Sticks. Hello. I'm on a radio show. All right. How does it sound now?
It sounds better. Pete, this is Sifu Mark Li. Mark Li. This is my co-host and the guy that I told you about since Renshi Pete.
Yeah, hi, Sensei Pete. How are you?
Hello, guys. Kids, I'm going to say it one last time. I am on a radio show. You guys are like talking up a storm right behind me. Thank you. Us. Okay. Good evening once again. Blessings, everyone. My name is Pete, known at the dojo as Renshi Pete. Been doing karate since I was 5. I'm 43. I am the blessed and I would say lucky co-host of this martial arts edition that we do every Wednesday, and sometimes intermediate days depending how the vibe is. But we are here. How may I help you tonight?
Well,
Hi, nice meeting
as you
you,
know,
Sensei Pete.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark Li, tell me a little about yourself. What's your discipline?
Oh, I do Chinese internal martial arts, and there are three major internal martial arts. Tai Chi, which is, everybody knows what Tai Chi is, and also another two styles, Bagua and Xingyi. Those are the three styles. Tai Chi focus more on slow motion movements, and Bagua is all about circular movements, and Xingyi is about going straight forward into the attack.
Like long arm and all that?
It's actually short. Everything is
short arm, long arm. There's different variations, I would say, but
yes.
I was just trying to get a visual of what you were saying.
Okay, all the three internal styles, they focus on short range, attacks, and so they're all similar in that sense.
So like Quina.
What is Quina? You're
Quina
talking
is
about
like
joint locks?
it's like a form of Chinese grappling.
Yeah, they do a lot of joint locks, maybe takedowns because it's short range, elbow attacks, shoulders, knees, headbutt, things like that.
Is it Quina or is it Chinna?
Guys. I really gotta kick out the living room because y'all don't know how to act. He's like, sorry. And my kids practice martial arts with me, so whenever I do the show, if they don't have school, they want to stay up and feel the interview live. And it's like, guys, y'all can't be making all this noise though. Y'all interrupting the vibe.
Yeah, to understand.
And kids today and their tablets, they got tablets doing, random ads at any given second. I'm like, come on, man. It's not cool. It's not cool. Kids be kidding. Very well said, Skeleton. Very well said. Kids be kidding. No kidding.
Exactly.
Well, before I jump into the whole aspect of what we do for the martial arts edition, I do want to say that the newsletter for my channel for Kings and Priests is finally done, and I will be posting that newsletter sometime tonight after the show, and then I might jump on for like 10 minutes just to give a quick interview of a quick testimonial of who I am, what I've become, and what my channel is going to be about. But pretty much Kings and Priests is ready to go. Let us move royally. Loyalty is royalty.
Okay.
And back to the martial arts. All
so,
right.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like that you and Mark, y'all have a commonality. Since both of y'all actually trained in the martial arts at the age of 5.
Awesome.
Yeah, I started around 5 years old. I learned from my dad. He started when he was 5 years old, and he later went to Beijing Sports University. He studied wushu, Chinese martial arts and also Chinese kickboxing. So he just taught me some foundations when I was at 5 years old. And then after I came to the US, as I was telling down earlier, that I was 12 years old, I came to the US, and he started his martial arts school, and I was translating for him. So I was taking classes and learning at the same time.
Okay. So that's a whole. This is why I like Kung Fu when it comes down to the cultural being of what it is, because of the legacy of its background, the bloodlines, how it comes down. That it's not some. Let's say in my case, I was a normal kid walking down the street, and I saw this dojo. I decided to go see, and I just stayed there.
Right.
As opposed to, you're in a place that culturally is practicing, certain things, and they're doing it as a community, that it's not just, sign up for this. No, come be a part of,
Yeah.
I love that part of Kung Fu, that family gathering type energy that, everyone is here to be family. We're not in competition with each other, but with ourselves, to be a better you for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the culture it's very very different, because when you join a style, you're not just going to a school and taking classes, but you become, if you're accepted, you become part of a lineage, and you have the responsibility to pass on what is taught to you, and you have to teach other people. And so at the same time, it's like there's a barrier to enter into a system, into a lineage, because if you're in a good lineage, and you won't just accept anybody into the lineage. You have to make sure that the person who joined the lineage is the person who has a very positive character, and who is able to spread the art, and able to benefit the society.
Right. In other words, to keep it honorable.
Yeah, you have to be honorable. You have to be a good person. You have to help each other inside of the lineage family, and you have to help others, through your martial arts.
I'm waiting for my Black Belt magazine interview, because technically I am one of the youngest Black Belt Dons to have reached Renshi before being a Go Dan. And just to translate that in regular, I'm one of the first Renshis to be titled Renshi without being a 5th Dan Black Belt.
Wow.
Especially in my lineage. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of anyone being Renshi until after 5th Dan. So for me being a 3rd Dan and being honored with the title of Renshi, that it just blew my mind. Like, I didn't know, I couldn't sleep for like 2 days.
Wow, very nice. I have a question. I'm not familiar with the Japanese terminologies. What is renshi?
Renshi in Renshi means polished teacher. So
Okay.
you have Sensei Shion, Renshi, Soke Sensei, and then Sosai. Sosai would be the Grand Master.
Okay. I see.
All right.
So to me, it blows my. I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't expecting to reach Renshi, but I was expecting to reach it traditionally, like how everyone else did. After they reached their 5th Dan, then automatically by martial arts politics, automatically you become a Renshi.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right.
So to be given Renshi 2 Dans before, I'm so honored. I couldn't sleep for like 2 days. I was so excited.
Wow.
I felt like when I was 13
Congrats.
years old and I went for my black belt exam. I was so excited. I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay.
Shifu is definitely Kung Fu. Shifu is not
right.
Japanese, Okinawan, or any kind of.
It's Chinese terminology. Right.
All right.
And,
so Mark.
Yes.
In all Chinese martial arts, is it just Sifu, or there's levels that you actually call a person who has learned within the martial arts, within your martial arts lineage?
Well, it's pretty much Shifu is the terminology that's used widely spread in China, and in the U.S. We have terms like masters and grandmasters. In China, they don't really have such terminologies. It's more like a Americanized terminology. So Shifu just means teacher, and it has 2 meanings. So it could just mean like a teacher, and it could also mean like teacher father.
Elder,
right? Yeah, so teacher father means that you are accepted into the lineage, and you became a disciple of a teacher in the lineage. So then your teacher is your shifu, who is the teacher father. So so if you just join classes and you learn as a regular student, you have your teacher. You can call him shifu, but more so if you have accepted under the lineage as a disciple, that your teacher is no longer just your teacher, but also like a father figure to you.
Right. Basically, the person who brought you into the system, he represents your godfather while you're there. He represents the person that's going to look after you spiritually, because he's sponsoring you.
Right. So you are under his guidance throughout your life as you do martial arts. Just give me 1 second. Let me close the door.
All right.
Yeah, so it has a very significant meaning, right? And in order to be accepted as a disciple, you have to meet certain requirements. You have to have at least many years of training. So you need to have like the skill, and also more importantly is your character. Are you a good person, right? Are you willing to help others? And that's a very important requirement to become a disciple in a lineage.
Right. All right. So, all right. From how you trained and everything like that, what is the core difference for you and for you training in the United States and you're training back in China? What's the core difference to you, Mark?
Well, the core difference to me is the quality of training, quality of skill, and that. So like if you go to China, right, and you meet the masters there, the teachers there, and then you compare to like the masters and teachers here, generally speaking, the skills level in China would be higher, and like
100%.
Yeah, particularly if you go to like those provinces like like not major cities, the skill level will be even higher, and part of that is like contributed by time, right? The lifestyle in China, like not in the major cities, but in suburban rural areas, people have more time to train. And second is the cultural understanding, right? Because Chinese martial arts, they're created in China, and there's also like a very strong philosophical root to it. And so therefore, as a person who grew up in China, you just naturally have this easier understanding of Chinese philosophy, and everything in China is rooted by Chinese philosophy. Whether we're talking about martial arts, whether we're talking about politics, whether we're talking about business, everything is rooted in Chinese philosophy. So just natural for a Chinese person to have a better understanding of the philosophical aspect of Chinese martial arts.
Right.
Yeah, and again, goes besides the philosophical understanding, right, and also the time, right? People in China, like people who teach martial arts, they spend a lot more time doing their martial arts training compared to people here. It's differences in lifestyle. Here it's much faster pace. Nowadays in China, in major cities, is also very fast paced. But a lot of masters they don't live in the city. They live in suburban or rural areas, and all they do every day is just teaching martial arts and training martial arts. My dad's senior kung fu brother, he passed away a few years ago, and he lives in like a suburban area. He has a school. he get up every morning 4 o'clock and he does like some training, and then he teaches classes. He has morning classes, afternoon classes. So the way that they train, as martial arts teachers, that they're professionals. So even for like, traditional martial arts, they train so many hours a day, including teaching the classes. So they're pretty much like professionals.
Interesting.
Right, versus the lifestyle here, right? People go to work and they have family, they have responsibilities, so like people here, it's more like a hobby. When you think about the time that they spend in doing martial arts, maybe 1 hour a day, maybe every day, or 3, 4, 5 times a day. So the time that they spend is just not comparable to the time that you know people spend in China. So the skill level is significantly different if you compare like a very high level Chinese martial artist in China compared to like a American master who learned Chinese martial arts. There's no comparison.
All right. Because it was like maybe, I think it was a month or two ago, I did interview a guy that he is I guess an expert in the internal arts also, and he's saying that he wants to actually bring like that he's trying to start a Philly Wushu team, because I guess
Okay.
that he actually learned from I guess he learned his martial arts from people from China, even though he hasn't actually went to China.
Okay.
But he said that some of his instructors were from China, so he said that he learned a lot. Interesting.
Okay.
So, uh, so let's talk. What is the event that you're promoting?
Oh,
Because
I'm
we'll try to help you.
okay. Thank you. I'm doing a seminar later this month, June 28th. That's a Saturday. So a person, a Chinese master from Boston, and he has a school there, and he would like me to join, and
All
to
right.
present like internal martial arts. And first he get to know my dad. He want to learn more about internal martial arts, and then he was asking people like who's good in internal martial arts, and they were telling him about my dad, so he came over to New York to learn from him, and then so now he want us to go to Boston more, to go to his
All
school
right.
to teach his students. So therefore he hosted me uh, this month, June 28th. So it's going to be a whole day seminar at his school where we be working on like half of the day working on Bagua, and the second half of the day working on Xingyi, two of the major internal martial arts. And so for the seminar, I'll be focusing on, getting people to understand like both uh, intellectually and also mechanically speaking with the body, like what is internal martial arts. Because, a lot of people do not understand like, what is internal martial arts? Like how is that different from external martial arts, right? And and so the difference is that external martial arts, in my opinion, focuses more on the body, the physical body that you can physically see, uh, and so for example, you use your muscles, you use your joints, you use your bones, right? You conditioning them to make it stronger. uh, Internal martial arts has this aspect, but also it focuses on the breath, and focuses on the mind. So connecting the breath with the mind, right? So a lot of internal martial arts exercises focus on slow movements, like Tai Chi, generally known as a martial art that moves very slowly. And what is the purpose of moving slowly, right? So the purpose of moving slowly is that you be able to focus more on the breath and focus more on connecting the mind with the breath, and how to deepen your breathing. Okay, because as a normal person, as we breathe very shallow. Okay, and so we breathe like many times per minute. And the one of the goals in internal martial arts or in meditation is to slow down your breathing. For example, instead of doing like 10 or 20 times of inhale exhale per minute, you slow it down to maybe 5 times per minute, right? And why is this important? Why slowing down the breath is important? Because slowing down the breath would help you to establish a better connection with the things inside the body that you cannot really see, that things that you can feel after years of practicing internal martial arts, but things you cannot just visibly show people, like, oh, here's what internal martial arts feels like, something that's internal inside the body that you can feel. And then also, because you have to slow down your breath, you have to calm your mind. So your movements have to be slow. If your movements are fast, like you're doing acrobatics, right? Your breathing is going to be very fast. So your movements have to be very slow in order to slow down the breath, in order to slow down the mind. And at the same time, as you slow down the physical movements, it's going to help you better connect with the deeper layers of your body. For example, like nowadays, like Western medicine, they have this term called fascia, right? Like fascia is like, people describe it like a sausage wrap, right? That holds the meat in place. Okay, and then the internal martial arts does, that through slow movements and through slowing down the breath and calming the mind, you're able to activate the fascia, which is the wrap that holds your whole body in place, right? And it takes a lot of time to be able to feel this inside the body. So it's not just working with the muscles, conditioning the muscles, strengthening it, and making your bones harder. It's going into the fascia layer. And then over time, as you get better with developing the fascia, the quality of your body changes. In a way that, because now you feel that you have this wrap over your body, so that your body becomes more connected. You feel more connected, meaning that when you move one part of your body, or you're moving one piece of the muscle, or you're moving one joint, you can feel that other parts of your body, muscles and joints are connected because of this wrap. Yeah, and that's what makes internal martial arts internal.
That's a very interesting aspect, Mark.
Yeah, it is.
So, for this event, do you have a link that I could actually share for anybody who's interested in this seminar?
Yes, there's there's a link. We have our system. It's a link. It's called XingyiDaoUSA.com. It's spelled as XingyiDaoUSA.com. XingyiDaoUSA.com. And
All right.
I also have a YouTube channel if people are interested in learning more about internal martial arts, where I show like clips of my private classes, and sometimes clips from the seminars to get people to have a better understanding of what is internal martial arts, talking about the body mechanics, the principles. And it's called Chi Body on YouTube. Is CHI and then BODY, Chi Body.
Can you please write that down in the chat for everyone that's viewing and looking? That way, later on, if they see the video, they can just see it already written in the comments.
Yes. Let me write that down. So I give you our website and my YouTube channel.
All right.
Yeah, I'm typing it now. So this is our website and my YouTube channel.
All right.
So I guess on YouTube you can search for Chi Body method. I'll type it in chat.
Yep. All right. Oh, just 1 second. Yeah, that's the website for everybody. Either they're looking on YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram. That's the website.
Yeah, the website, the xingyidaousa.com, is our systems website where people can learn about like what our system is about, and then the YouTube channel where I post videos, update videos like from time to time.
Yep. Wow. That's an impressive channel. I just subscribed.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. And I guess the after credits is such, Mark. I'm gonna actually tag the interview with your channel link also. So,
okay. Sure.
Yes. So anybody who's looking at it right now, this is the website that I actually posted it on the for everybody to see. Yeah, that is working on it. Hate that the human body has any limitations.
That's kind of correct.
I mean, yeah.
That's why training is so important, because there is a limitation, but if you keep training towards that limitation, you will break the limit.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. Yes. So another question that that I have to ask. When you was working in Europe and everything like that, did you meet any brothers or like-minded martial artists while you was in Europe?
Oh yeah, when I was in Europe, I met some teachers there, and yeah, people who do Chinese martial arts, and yeah, they go to China and they study from teachers in China, and sometimes they invite their teachers, their masters, to come to give a seminar.
All right. Yeah, I know skeletons. I mean, me personally, I could say that I never been to Europe, but hopefully, I don't know when, but maybe me and my wife we might just go visit Europe in the future.
Yeah, you should go. Visit a few cities. It's very beautiful in Europe. Not like the U.S. where people they drive everywhere. They go to the supermarket. They drive. Anywhere they go, they drive. Not like in the city, but in suburban areas. But in Europe, like the it just you can walk everywhere, and you can take public
Wow.
transportation. Everything is so nice. Everything is so nicely designed, and the food there is so much better than the food here. And
Yeah, I've heard.
yeah, Americans in comparison don't know how to cook.
I mean, yeah, yeah. It's like we do live in America. I have heard that European food has a way better quality.
Yeah, they take effort to prepare, right? Like
Yeah,
American food is like you make something and you put a lot of sauce in there, right? And sauce are like uh
yeah,
factory made, right? And
hmm
whereas in Europe, like when they prepare whether it's salad or a dish, the ingredients they put it in there, the sauce they put in there is like they're homemade, or they're made by hand, so they're not like processed dressing. In the U.S. where you pour on the salad and everything is so heavy, like the ranch dressing
right,
or other dressing. And in Europe, if you order a salad, the dressing is very light and it's made by hand from different natural ingredients.
hmm all right. Yeah, let's see.
Dealing with kids that think that it's dojo time. Hold on.
all right. All right. Another question. As as a martial arts expert, Mark, what would you want your legacy to be? Or your future students, your family, uh, people from your style. What would you want your legacy to be?
I don't think about my legacy. I think more about the arts that I teach to my students, that I pass on to my students. I want more people, particularly in the West, to recognize, um, the contribution that the masters, the grandmasters, before me, who has mastered the styles that I teach, and pass on to the later generations, and to the founders, right, who created those styles, and where more specifically, because it's internal martial arts, right, a lot of things you don't see visually, and a lot of qualities, and hidden inside the body. So for them to be able to come up with those understandings, like mentally and physically, and create martial art styles out of that. I just want more people to recognize how valuable it is, these internal martial arts, and how beneficial it is to people, right? And because it's not just doing something purely physical, there's also the philosophical aspect, things that help your body, not just physically, like your muscles, your bones, but internal martial arts help with your organs, make your body healthy from the inside. People who, let's say, they have uh they have some health issues in the body, that Western medicine don't really fix those issues at the root. It's like they give you pills,
Right.
and that can help you temporarily, but it has a lot of side effects. It may cause other issues in your body, so it's temporarily masking the issues you have inside your body. So it doesn't fix anything. And then if you're thinking about, like, doing physical exercises, sure, that'll help you, make your body stronger, but doesn't necessarily deal with the diseases that you have, that you accumulate over time, right? Because problems that that shows up in the body, it takes years to accumulate, and then, according to Chinese traditional medicine, that all these issues, that they come from the organs. So they show up physically, but they come from the organs. So that how are you able to deal with the issue that started with the organs, right? You cannot just do physical exercises and expect your organs to be healthier. Yes, it has some influence, but you cannot directly influence your organs. And so therefore, what internal martial arts does, through deep breathing exercises, and connecting with the mind, and slowing down the movements, you are able to over time stimulate the organs, and massage those organs, and then make them stronger. It's like a tree, a plant, right? When the leaves are turning bad, right? You don't just cut off the leaves and color the leaves, right? You have to think, how you should water the plant, how's the soil, how's the root, right? So in a way, what internal martial arts does is that, besides the martial arts component, is that working at the root level of your body, right? And for me personally, I just want, through my teaching, passing down those arts styles, created by the generations earlier, that more people are able to understand what it is, and how it benefit uh, the body.
Yes. You're right, Pete. Mental health is very important.
Yeah, you're right, and also the mental health aspect, right? As you know, you're a master in karate. That when you do something repeatedly over time, your mind is going to be healthier too.
Man, practicing chi, elevating. I don't know why it's doing the robotic stuff again.
Yeah, I know.
Practicing chi and elevating your spiritual energy, while learning how to use it in combat mode or in defense mode. Learning how to use it in general. You
Right.
know, what I like about Kung Fu is that they've learned how to use chi for health, as opposed
Yes.
to how in Japan we use chi to destroy our enemy.
Oh, okay. I see. I did not know that about the Japanese martial arts.
I mean,
Hmm.
we have a joke amongst Kyokushin practitioners and Taekwondo practitioners. They say that Taekwondo, you know, they kick as fast as a falling leaf,
Okay.
right?
Right.
But in Kyokushin, we kick as hard as a tree.
Okay.
So it's like, ow.
Wow.
Yeah, Taekwondo, you flow like a leaf. It's great.
Right.
That's wonderful. Your speed is great. Not a lot of power behind that speed, but that's great. We kick like a tree because we're taking our time.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yes. Yeah. I completely understand what you're saying. It's like over time developing this body mechanics so that when you do the kick, it's like your whole body mass and weight and momentum is behind that kick, and that's what makes it powerful.
Yes.
Followed by the proper breathing technique will make
Yes.
that kick so devastating. You would think that a truck hit you.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And I have been on the receiving end of those kicks. Either
Ooh,
it be a
dang.
straight kick, a roundhouse kick, or the side kick, what we call the bread and butter kick. Yeah.
Right.
Ouch.
Yeah, and earlier you mentioned about chi, right? Chi is a very important aspect of martial arts to be able to connect with the body, right? Yeah, so people who do not develop this quality, the chi inside the body, that the body is not really connected as a whole, where through breathing, where you develop the sensation of chi, and then the chi is able to um, move through the meridian channels inside the body, and that's how you're able to make the body holistic. So you have a holistic body
Yep.
connection.
We were having this conversation with someone that practices wushu as well,
Yeah.
and I kind of enlightened him in how all these techniques have to do with elements. So in more ways than one, we're channeling elements.
All right.
Yes.
So just bringing that up.
Yeah. In the style that I do, called Xingyi, their primary focus is on the five elements, right?
All right.
The metal, earth, water,
Earth,
uh,
water.
yeah, there are fire, five elements, and that's those five elements. They're conceptual, they're philosophical, but at the same time, they come uh, into the body, through like before birth. So like all the talk about chi, energy, breathing is really a concept that comes from before the birth, like the meridian channels inside the body that's already established before birth. So after birth, right, like babies, they are full of energy, that their meridian channels are completely open. There's no blockages, and as people, grow, get older, so the channel starts to become blocked and disappear, and over time, as you turn into adult, you no longer feel this energy.
Yep.
So, Mark, have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Well, I drove. Yeah, I went there one time to Philadelphia. Just for like an hour or two. We were going on a skiing trip or another trip. I forget what the trip
All
was,
right.
but passed by there.
Oh, okay.
Why do I see tablet
I
lights
mean,
inside the room?
if,
Give me 1 second. I think the kids are still
Hmm.
up and around.
Oh, okay.
all right. Shit. Oh, um. So, in your family dynamic, is it just only you, or you have brothers and sisters also,
I
and
have
so on?
one brother. He's 13 years younger than me.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm. Is he is he actually under the tutelage of your father as well?
Yes. He's not as passionate as me in Chinese martial arts. So, but
All right.
he did train when he was younger. In like elementary school, middle school, high school, and then when he went to college, he's not so much into martial arts anymore. And
All right.
yes, so yeah, he still do it from time to time, but not as much anymore.
Got you.
Yeah.
I mean, life happens,
Yeah,
and
the different people have different goals, and for me, just it's I keep going because it's interesting, and all the philosophical aspect. It's not just physical exercise. There's the philosophy, and as you get deeper into the body, it's like you're exploring yourself, right? And not just the physical body, but also the spiritual body, right? Because through uh internal martial arts could be a tool that you use to explore the spiritual aspect of life.
all right.
Like what is the existence of life, right? Where does life come from? And then what is the material world while you're here, and what is the spiritual world? So
All right.
going back to what I said earlier about everything in China, everything you do
Mm-hmm.
in China is connected
Right.
with Chinese philosophy, which is primarily Taoism philosophy, right? So Chinese martial arts,
Yes.
internal martial arts more specifically,
There's more
is
to the Taoism. Yes.
yeah, it's directly
I.
connected with the Taoist philosophy, where as a person you have to explore yourself, understand what is your spirit, understand what is Tao, right? And in Chinese
Yes.
Taoist philosophy, like Tao is the source of your true self.
All right.
I agree with all
Yeah.
that. I'm just sitting back here.
That's.
Got the kids
Yep.
making noise, but I agree with all that.
Yeah. And as you know, the cat she had her 15 minute of thing. Because usually whenever I do like an interview and such, either the cat she either jumps up on me, or she just want to be in the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm. So you mentioned you was talking about suburban China and everything like that. Is suburban China more like when it's talking about, I guess, northern China is more mountainous, right?
Uh, it really depends on where you are, because China is big, and with different
Yes.
provinces. So Shanxi province, where my hometown, my dad's hometown, is a mountainous area. Not the town that we live in, but there's a big mountain in that province, is called the Wutai Mountain. Yes, it is a
Mm,
mountainous area, just not the town where my dad used to live.
all right. Interesting.
All that fresh air, huh?
I mean, usually, yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't
fresh
get that
air.
in the city, man. All that fresh air,
Usually,
all that
I know.
110% oxygen air.
Yeah, you need that for
Yeah.
martial arts training.
This
Like
is
you said,
why
Hmm.
nature.
you guys that live in the mountains of China don't even need to believe in medicine. That fresh air you're breathing will heal you.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Yep.
Like like people who live in like mountainous areas, that they're generally healthier. They live longer. Once fresh air, and mountain has a lot of energy, right? For the mountain able to form, it has a lot of energy, and
Right.
also just the fact that you're walking up and down the hills, it's also good for your body.
Yep. Let's see.
You know how we say in English there's levels to this? You know what I'm
No.
saying? That same thing goes with the mountains, because it's the mountains, there's levels to it. So there's higher source of energy.
Oh yes. Chinese has this the same saying. There's mountains after mountains, which are higher and higher, right? So only when you reach like the top of a mountain, that you see the bigger mountains.
Yep. I think it was
In other
lastly
words,
for.
progress is
Mhm.
a never-ending story. The higher
Yeah,
you think you've reached, there's still something higher to go.
right. I
Yep.
completely agree with you. Like you just won't be able to reach the satisfaction. That's why you keep on going.
Hmm.
That's the greatest satisfaction. The progress of oneself in this journey.
Yes, that's right. So therefore, when you climb to the top of a mountain, and you see like, bigger mountains, then you understand like there's really no need for you as an individual to compare with others. Whether it's your martial arts skill, or whether it's other aspects of your life. You should really think about just how do you make yourself better every day,
Yeah.
right? And it's not a matter of competition. It's about making yourself better as a person, as a martial artist. At all aspects of life.
Yep. Mm.
And then also the
Yes.
fact that when people able to travel, to China or to
Hmm.
Japan, and you meet these masters who spend their lifetime training and doing martial arts, and to see like their skill level, it really humbles you as a person. And
Yes.
you understand there are just so many levels out there, and
Hmm.
and there are levels you cannot possibly achieve in your lifetime, because they spend their whole life doing it. and they started at a very young age, and your lifestyle, like the amount of time that you spend on doing it, you just won't be able to reach it. So it takes like many lifetimes to be able to achieve like a very high level.
Mhm.
I go back to the quote of never-ending story. It's a never-ending story.
Yeah.
Once you start
Yep.
this journey, it just never ends. You just keep on training. This
Right.
life, the next life, the process in between life.
Mhm.
Yes. And another thing that I observed with, masters in China that spend their lifetime, uh, developing, cultivating their skill, that they're very humble people, right? Because they have
Yes.
done so much in martial arts, and that their mind, that their mental state is very different. That they're not in a state of competition. That they're in a state of
Right.
peace, and in a state of harmony, and usually those are not very skilled. They have like a big ego. They think they're somebody. They think they have reached certain level of skills, but
Oh, salute, Jojo.
probably speaking, they're not.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened to Pete, but I mean, it's some great philosophical aspects that that you have talked, Mark.
Yes.
One thing I could actually say is that whenever anybody who's your students, anybody who's your friends, just tell them about this martial arts segment, because we welcome everybody. We don't care
Okay.
about what discipline you are or anything like that. So we're just we're glad and happy to have you, me and
Yeah.
Pete. So
Thank you. I
yes.
appreciate your invite to be on your show, and I will spread your channel to my friends, martial arts friends, and maybe
Thank you.
yeah, that they would be willing to join uh, your show and discuss their experience as martial arts teachers, and
Of course.
hopefully your channel grows, and more people get to watch your channel, and listen to people who are on your show, talking about their martial arts experience.
Yes. Because me and Pete, we're actually we were born in New York, but both of our parents are from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
So in the Dominican Republic, in the town that our parents are from, it's called San Pedro de Macorís.
Okay.
So during our tenure that we actually had martial that we have like martial art guests, we actually interviewed one master from the Dominican Republic by the name of Gilberto Santana.
Okay.
So he was actually the teacher of Pete when he was in the Dominican Republic. But then
Okay.
Pete has more Pete has more insight than I do.
Okay. All right. So I appreciate again you guys having me on the show, and from talking to you and talking to Sensei Pete. I understand that Sensei Pete has a wealth of knowledge in martial arts, not just Japanese martial arts, but also in what I was talking about with internal martial arts. So I really enjoyed having this conversation with you guys, and
Very humble, brother. Thank you.
and more people get to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this mic. It shouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the whole show has been crackling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's late now. So it's very nice meeting you guys. and having this
It
conversation.
was nice meeting you too, Mark.
Okay, have a good evening.
Take
You
care,
too.
brother. Safety. Us.
Take care.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Testing.
Yo.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're clear now. It's like I don't know. StreamYard, they're on something.
I don't know.
Shoot. Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
I didn't like sounding like
Yeah, Shalom. Peace to you too on Instagram. Yeah.
sounding like a robot. Like I'm like, what is going on here? I did not order sound effects.
Yeah, I had to go around and reload my page like 3 times.
I reset my whole laptop. Like, what's going on over here?
Yeah, I had to reset like the whole pages too. So I'm like, yo, this was not a good look tonight. But you know, thank to Sifu Mark Li that he actually contended with us. So you know, may that man stay blessed. That's all I gotta say.
Wanna hope that Sifu Mark has a good rest of the night, and
Yep.
you know, best of blessings for his tribe, his congregation. You know what I'm saying? His students. You know what I'm saying? The members of his family lineage, as far as the martial arts is concerned. You know, and any other blood ties. You know, it's a beautiful thing when you're participating in martial arts as a community thing. You know, as a community guideline, not just as a way of knowing how to fight or just knowing how to defend oneself.
Right. I also try to look at the philosophical aspect of the martial arts as well, because at the time when I was actually taking the martial arts, one time in my life I actually thought that it was a good discipline, so to say.
I like a lot of philosophies that I come into when it comes to martial arts. Lightning breaks rock, and then you start to calculate that, and it's it pretty much means that if you're dealing with someone that's bulky and has a lot of muscle, the only way you're going to beat that person is by striking as fast as lightning, being fast and striking striking in a way that not just hits the opponent but goes through the opponent. So lightning beats rock.
Right.
And some other formats and sayings.
Okay.
Got the dogs going out here going crazy now. Now the kids went to bed. Now the animals want to go nuts.
Wait a minute. How's Roby doing?
She's great.
Is she near you right now?
Huh?
Is she near you right now?
She's around.
All right. How about
Rogi? Come here, Rogi.
Yeah.
Let's put you on camera.
Yeah,
Let's
get
put you
her
on
15
camera.
minutes of fame.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey. Hi. Hi. Hey, right here.
Hey, Rogi.
Oh, who's that? Who's that?
Rogi.
Come here.
Rogi.
Come here, Mama.
Rogi.
Come here, Mama. All right.
Rogi.
15 minutes of fame presents Rogi.
Yeah. Rogi. Hey, Rogi.
Rogi, right here, Mama. Look.
Yeah.
Right here. Look, right here. Whoop.
Yep. Yep.
Hi.
Hey. Yeah.
Come on, look, right here. Here.
Yep.
Come here, Rogi. Come on. Look.
Yep.
Look. Hi.
Rogi.
Hi.
Hey.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, she got tired.
Yep.
What's up? You want to chill or not? She was like, yeah, no. She just came back. I'm like, what's up with you? You want to chill or not? I just want to give you your 15 minutes of fame. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I had to give that cat her 15 minutes of fame, so you know.
Come on. Come on. Come up. Come up. Come up. I don't want you to give me paw. I want you to come up with your 2 paws. Come on. Come on. Come up. Come up. She's just spinning like
Yep.
A raw root in the face.
Yeah. I mean, well, I actually linked up with Sifu Mark. Is that there's a group that's called that is called Tai Chi, right? So most of the times I actually try to do my due diligence and try to reach out my show to different audiences. So we was in the group and everything, and he was like, hey, there's certain days are gonna come on. Like, hey, just come hop on. It's like, and then he was asking me like, how long can I stay? I'm like, you can stay as long as you want, because this is this is not a martial arts echo chamber. This is a martial arts safe space.
Right.
So I'm actually glad that he actually came through. A matter of fact, I'll tell you the truth. Anybody who's a guest on my show and they're a martial arts expert, I welcome all of them to actually come through, because we gain different philosophies, different ways on how people move and such like that. And that's why I actually love doing the martial arts segments, because sometimes we might have a preconceived notion about the martial arts, but then when you actually talk to people who are expert in the martial arts, your preconceived notion goes away. You actually listen to knowledge from different experts in the martial arts.
Correct. Period.
Yep.
Even if you're not an expert in martial arts, even if you just started your martial arts journey, we welcome you to the panel, because guess what?
Yep.
That means you're here to learn. You know what I'm saying? And your interaction will bring more interaction with others. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are just starting in this journey and they're shy to speak about it. Don't be shy, man. You're gonna have the same level
of respect
coming from me as if you were a master already for 10, 20 years. Especially when it comes from me. I mean, my discipline of karate, the way we were trained that karate is not just a way of life, it's a way of family. It's a way of community.
Yep.
So when you become a day one, it doesn't matter if you've been there for 1 minute or 1,000 minutes. I'm gonna still treat you with the same respect.
Amen. And that's what I was saying. Like, not only martial arts experts, but if you're a student too, come through. Because I tell people all the time, I'm not an expert, but I'm a person that will listen, and I'll be a student. But me personally, I could actually say, the next time that I actually come to NY, hopefully, if I'm not like on a I don't know, if I'm not like busy or anything like that,
some Flash
we're gonna
Gordon
link up, Renshi. Yeah.
When I'm not on my Flash Gordon, Flash.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone with the wind.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Word. Like, wasn't he just here 2 minutes ago? That was 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Correct.
I know. Nah, but but I was just me and my wife, we were just talking about you, right?
Yeah,
And remember on the last stream, we were just talking about how, when I was actually dressed up for the funeral of my OG,
yeah,
how certain people thought that was a that
yeah.
joint had me laughing. A
You
probation
were dressed
officer, I
up.
was like,
You
really?
were dressed up for your funeral of the OG, and they thought you was a DT. And
That joint had me laughing. I was
people were
like, wow.
scared over here, like, "Yo, who's that? Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go downstairs and get this guy myself because I don't want them thinking nothing stupid."
I was like, dang. I was like, I was like, wow. I didn't know I was that intimidated. I was like, but then again, it was winter too, so I was like, okay. that that joint had me laughing.
For real,
Yeah.
that
And
was
then there's like my brother-in-law's dog. He's big, right? He's a big German Shepherd. But then whenever I stand up and stuff, he's running around. I'm like, okay, I know I'm tall, but dang, you're taller than me. You're to get up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
just full.
even though that dog sometimes will be like, okay, it'll be difficult at times. I do love that dog though. I ain't gonna front.
There you
Even though
go.
he'd be scared of me a little. Yep.
That is
So what's your plans for the summer?
I'm gonna try to work as many events as I physically can.
Yep. That's the goal.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty much it.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm trying to think. So, since you launched your channel and everything, what select days are you gonna be on? Because I'll try to come and support too.
I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna run schedule.
All right,
But I definitely need to finish, whatever, final steps I need to do to put everything in order.
all right. When you do that, just let me know and I'll promote it on my post.
Copy that, brother.
Yep.
Still hear them laughing and giggling in the room, like, yo, what's going on over here?
Yo, you want to hear the stupidest thing that had happened yesterday on my TikTok?
Was that?
All right. As you know, there's a whole bunch of idiots that don't like me or Don Jose, right?
Right.
So the guy who went up and made an 8-hour stream about a woman that he do not like. Well, he actually does, but he's just mad because he couldn't get access to the box.
Mm-hmm. That guy.
He went up. He went up on my TikTok. He was like, "Oh, I heard under an assumed name, and it was like trend is everywhere. Whatever trend is whatever. I don't know." So this person went up and hit me up. It's like, "Oh, I heard Jose's I heard Jose, was talking about me on Friday." I was like, "Who are you?" "I'm Mister." I was like, "Yo, get out my inbox."
That's wild.
I had actually had no not so savory words for him. I was like, "Why the heck you telling me anything?" Because if you would actually have a problem with the person, you go tell. You don't go around and harass their friends for nothing, and then I block you.
Exactly.
When I went up and when I was like, "Yo, that's a new low right there." If I don't understand that concept. Whether it be web beef, street beef, or anything. If I have a
Yes.
direct problem with you, I'm going to go to you and we're going to handle it.
Pretty much.
Why the heck? Why the heck? If you have a problem with somebody, you going around calling me for? Am I the mediator? Well, I could be, but for situations like that, no. And then, second of all, I don't know what that was thinking. He's like, "Oh, this guy's right there." I was like, "Yo, get out my inbox, bro."
Just
Straight
thinking
up.
ahead. Here comes the switch.
You went up and made a whole You went up and made a whole fake account just to see what the heck I'm doing, so you could go around and talk about Don Jose. Like, come on, bro. That's like the situation with this guy by the name of Almighty Suspect and Brandon on No Jumper, right? So, Suspect and Brandon was about to have a altercation, whatever. Now, Brandon, he has his show and he does political content, but he be on No Jumper. So it looks like that Almighty Almighty Suspect was about to act like he was about to do something to Brandon, but yeah, he went up and pulled out a Swiss Army banger. You know what I'm saying? He got fired from No Jumper. Then, since he got fired from No Jumper, he decided there was a marathon burger opening on, I think it was Friday, Saturday. It had to be one of those days, right? And then this guy is going around saying, no, I think it was either Thursday because it was Friday. I was on Define Brandon's channel. So it looks like that this guy went up and tried to do some clout chasing. He's like, we ran up on Brandon and everything like that. Almighty Suspect, the guy who was so scared that he pulled out a Swiss Army banger, right? He had the nerve, like after Brandon left an hour, to say, "Oh yeah, we showed up right there." Like this guy was like, "Yo, you guys are idiots." And now, this is the funny part. This guy got fired, and now he's arrested. I don't know what facilities he's in or anything like that. But one thing I could actually say is that's a bad week. You got fired. Pulled out a Swiss Army banger. You went up to an opening of Marathon Burger, and the guy that you supposedly is that you don't like, your enemy or whatever the case may be, you showed up an hour later when that joint closed. When it was the grand opening and it closed. Thinking that you got some clout, thinking whatever. And then after you make that video on Instagram or whatsoever, you get arrested for felony charges. I'm
For
like,
being
that.
dumb, basically.
I'm like, that's a bad week.
Getting arrested for being dumb.
Yeah. But you know what? Shout out to Defiant Brandon. And he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert. He was like, yo, I had to do what I had to do. I was like, you talking about, you can see that this man is very mature. He was actually pointing out on what people are actually doing wrong and such. So shout out to Defiant Brandon. But it's like, yo, dude is dude suspect is like too old to be acting like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but that all I could say is that's a bad week. I wish that on nobody.
I hear you. Don't wish it on anybody as well.
Yeah.
Still got traffic going on here.
Yeah.
Walk with mommy. Go, go, go. Come here, Rogie. Come here, Rogie. Come here, Rogie. Let me scare you. She loves running. Come here. 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 Trick her and I'm gonna here. 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 Here, Rogie, here. Come. Here. Oh, you gonna get it? Come on, Rogie, here.
Rogie.
Come here, Rogie. Still runs away. Nope. She ain't coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, she be scared.
Yeah.
Yep, she be scared. Anywho, next week Wednesday I have an event at the Parks
I know that
Department.
it's that time because it's school night. Next week, what's happening?
Next week I have a bounce house event in Queens at a park.
Okay.
We should be there from 4 to 7. So I'm guessing I won't be back home till like 9:30 ish, maybe 10.
Yo, Pete, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Yo, yo. Yo. Hello. Us.
All right. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, you hear me?
All right.
Tonight has been the night of technical difficulties. Still an amazing show. A lot of technical niches. Hello, good evening. You know who it is? It's your brother, friend, mentor, teacher, counselor, sensei, Renshi P. Today, amongst other things that are going on in the world, today was a good day. And we're back.
All right. I'm back.
You might need to get a Wi-Fi extender in the house so that you know
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi downstairs is just as strong as upstairs.
Yeah, it usually is. It's just that I don't know.
It's a
It's like
temperature
tonight.
thing.
It's just
It's a
yeah.
temperature thing.
Mhm.
Remember, Wi-Fi is in a form of waves. Heat is also in a form of
Right.
waves. So there is a way of it interrupting each other. Just like if you have an electric transformer outside and it's too close to the house, the magnetism of the transformer can mess up, certain things in your house as well. Like everything is
Yeah.
energy. Certain energies collide with each other if they're at the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? Or if one is stronger than another,
Pretty
it'll
much.
it'll it'll bum out the weaker one.
Hmm.
So I try to, like, right now I'm on the laptop, I'm in the living room. Both phones are on the other side of my laptop because if I put it in front of my laptop, it's gonna
Yeah.
bump with the Wi-Fi signal that's coming all the way from my right angle. So I put my phones to the left side
Pretty
so that
much.
there's no interruption from the laptop straight to the Wi-Fi tower.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll make sure that the laptop's running at 5G or 6G and the phones are only running at 2.4 so that there's no mix up.
Right.
Little things that I learned. I was studying to become a CCNP for Cisco Technologies, cybersecurity, and that was actually a Groupon coupon that I found. For a $3,000 course, I only had to pay $200. Um, it was pretty awesome, but something happened in between, and I got displaced, so I wasn't able to finish the course.
Um, yeah.
But yeah, I learned a lot about you know cybersecurity, how pages interconnect, things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, just part of the journey of my life. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait till you see because I'll be sending you original copies before I start posting stuff. So wait till I send you the original copy of the newsletter. That's gonna be Kings and Priests.
All right.
I already got the name approved for the page for Kings and Priests Revelations 5:10. So it's already approved. It should kick in the next 14 days, I think it says. And yeah, after that, PK Darkness will only be a name. It won't be a channel anymore.
Right.
I got the other Darkness channel, which was where I used to back then go live. I used to like go live, and I used to DJ, but I deleted all that content. So they just like back then when YouTube wasn't as advanced as it was now. If you deleted something back then, it was never found ever again. Now, if you delete something, it still shows in your history that you had uploaded something.
Right.
Now, nothing. Now it's like, oh, it's gone. It's never been there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, when I was DJ Darkness, I was out there. I was cooling.
Yep.
I might have a picture somewhere or two. Let's see if I can get into my drive. Yeah, I found one.
All right.
That was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, loading my WhatsApp on the laptop so I can send you that picture real quick. You could share it if you want. It's cool.
All right. Got you.
All right. Boom, boom. Roble de lo mío. All right, pictures and videos. That guy right there, PK DJ. Open that, send to him.
Yep.
Yes, that is a Beats by Dre laptop for studio purposes and beat making.
Wow.
So yeah, at one point,
Wow.
I was doing pretty good for myself.
You'll be back there again. I could tell you that.
My FL Studio used to run like butter on that laptop, bro. It used to run like butter. Like, wow, so smooth.
Yeah.
For real. It's like they were smart enough to put like how most laptops have one CPU. This laptop had like 2 or 3, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So you know how when you're making a beat and you tell the program to play, you press space and it starts giving that it's using too much CPU. It never did that with the Beats by Dre laptop studio edition. It never did that. Never. It was just as strong as a desktop. Like I was like, wow, this is a good innovation right here. And of course, the laptop came with a free set of headphones. So the headphones I had on were DJ edition Beats by Dre, for DJing and producing, bro, man, the quality was amazing. It was like having Bose headphones on, Bose studio headphones.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, I got other pictures around DJing and stuff. I just gotta find it.
Got you.
I might have one. Let's see. I might have one in my Hotmail drive. Hotmail. Let's see something. Check my OneDrive. Photo gallery. Looking for a DJ. Said it couldn't find anything. How does that not surprise me at all?
Oh.
I found.
Have you ever watched this guy? He has this thing called things that you didn't recognize in music videos.
Yeah,
it's real funny.
Oh yeah, I found another one with the Beats laptop as well. I was DJing a birthday party here. Let me download this. Download.
Yeah.
Yep, that's.
Yo, talking about fights and everything like that.
Yep.
There's going to be a boxing match between Hocus 4/5 and Cuban Link. That's going to be interesting.
When's that fight gonna be?
I do not know, but I guess it's going to be soon. I have to reach out to Goya to see when it is.
Now with a pretty face, so you still want to mess with me.
I'm looking at my nurse over here looking pretty. I'm gonna give her 5 minutes of fame on YouTube right now.
What?
Yes, 15 minutes of fame.
Hi, y'all.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm about to go to work.
That's what's up.
Let me go or I'm never going.
So let me go or I'm never gonna make it.
Seriously, who wants to go?
I would if I could. I enjoy more being active than disactive. So I sent you
Right.
this one too, but this is definitely a
My ID now.
old school.
ID, sir.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I've seen that one.
Have you seen my ID?
No, I have
Yeah.
not.
Oh, wait, wait. My ID.
What are you looking for, dog? You're looking for her ID?
Where's my ID? This.
Kiki.
Keys are here. Keys. ID, where are you?
You are not here. Must be in the room. Normally where you put your stuff out at the chair. I wouldn't see it being anywhere else. I didn't see it on the table. Yeah. Did the scratch my back with my shirt.
Yes.
For real. If you can't reach your back, your shirt's already reaching. Have your shirt scratch you. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
For real, for real. What's up, dog? Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Up here. Up here, mama. Up here. Yeah. Hi. Say hi. Can I get Paul?
Rogie.
Can I get Paul? Yeah, Paul.
Mhm.
All right. Kiki's here too. Kiki, you get your 15 minutes of fame right there.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a high five? Can I get a high five? Can I get a high five? High five. High five.
Yep. Yep.
Where could it be? It's not in there. I'll look for it later.
Yeah.
All right, mama, later. So to any single person listening to the show, what I'm about to say right now is going to sound weird. But for us married men, what I'm about to say sounds like 100% right. My wife just left. I am a man now. I am the man of the house now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, the wife is gone. I'm a man now. Let's go.
I hear you.
It don't got nothing to do with the fact that I'm a man and she's a woman.
Right.
You know, it just has to do with the fact that as a man, as a gentleman, I let the wife decide what's best for the house. So that if something goes wrong, per se, I'm not the person of interest to be ridiculed.
Pretty much.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I be telling her things and she'd be like, "Oh, why'd you have to be disrespectful about it?" I'm like, "I'm not being disrespectful, but would you rather I lie? Because if I lie, then I'm being disrespectful."
Yo, I'm gonna send you an Instagram link that that's how we was in the field back in those days.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hopefully it don't trigger nothing. Word, let's see this. Hopefully it don't trigger nothing.
Yeah, I was like 10 and you was 11 at this time. So
Oh, bro, in '93, man.
hmm
What are they talking about?
remember we was talking about this, like how certain people they were just locking up certain people if you had like the New York haircut and everything like that in Santo Domingo.
Oh, yeah. If you
And
had
you
an
had
acid haircut, that's what that was called. Una recortada ácida.
hmm
You was going to jail for that. Period. If you had earrings in your ear, you were going to jail for that.
Yeah, I know.
You had a hat facing backwards. You was going to jail, bro. Like they wasn't playing. You trying
Dad,
to be a
I
delinquent?
remember. Mm-mm.
They wouldn't
It
give you a
was
chance to be
even
a
too.
delinquent. Oh, you want to be a delinquent? Oh, we
There
locking you up.
wasn't. Shoot.
Oh, you want earrings? We're locking you up.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, the Camaño family is also a part of my family. You know, Ortega, Castillo, Acosta,
hmm
Guzman, Rodriguez, you know, Camaño.
Which English families are part of your family too? Is it just only the Caltis?
From the Inglese part,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of people because remember, I'm also family with the I'm family in bloodline with Tony Fernandez and his father Ciro.
Right.
Ciro is 100% Cocolo.
Right.
So Ciro at one point was my grandma's husband.
Okay.
Or was it something? No, I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm saying it wrong. But you know,
Right.
I think that was my grandma's uncle or something like that. Yeah, I'm saying it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So Tony Fernandez
Yeah.
was the uncle of my uncle, but he just considered himself my uncle, and that's it. You know, it wasn't bendición tío
Gotcha.
tío. It was just bendición tío, and that's it.
Yeah. That's how it goes in DR.
Yeah, I've been I've
It's like
been
with
out
me.
to I've been out to his ranch, bro. Like, El Rancho de Cabeza era crazy, bro. Cabeza Fernandez, rest in
Nice.
peace. Passed from COVID when COVID was kicking everybody in the butt. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Shout out to the Gums family also.
Gooms, the Gooms family.
Yep. The Gooms family.
El Songum. No, Songum was he was one of the scouts for the Dodgers in San Pedro. His son Maximus and I and my cousin Junior, we were all best friends. I'm saying playing baseball together and all that.
Yep.
Well, not Songum. My bad, bro. I'm getting names messed up. And Mickey Nazario.
Yeah.
Mickey Nazario was a scout and a baseball teacher. He had his baseball school in La UCE. All right. Nelson
All
Goon
right.
is a political uncle of mine that he was the founder of Nuevo Horizonte, the college, the Colegio Nuevo Horizonte. That was Nelson Goon's.
Right.
Yeah. Now we're talking. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need some tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to wrap this up and everything like that. So
okay.
You see, Yeah, I know. 'Cause I know
Okay.
that I got a busy schedule tomorrow.
Where
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm gonna be completely done with the channel, what the channel's gonna look like. I already put a background picture in the channel.
Yeah.
I just need to do the finishing touches on the laptop because from the phone it's limited.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about the phone. Very limited.
Hey, it is what it is, you know. Can't have everything, and not every day's a holiday.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just like, yo, it's gonna suck for for the whole summer, I guess. They're saying that NYPD attention, no sidewalk barbecues, no public alcohol consumption, no obstruction of the sidewalk or tables and chairs, etc. I'm like, really? People can't just have a good old nice barbecue anymore? Shaking my head.
No sidewalk barbecues because people be getting burnt. People don't know how to act. It's wild.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
You know, the beauty of all that is that literally the park on First Avenue has benches equipped with barbecue grill stands. So if you really want to grill so bad, just take it to the park.
Yep.
No obstruction of sidewalk with tables, chairs, etc. So no dominoes. So se acabó. No
Yeah.
dominoes this summer. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no. I love playing dominoes with my primos, you know what I mean?
I can't believe they did that right there, man. That's not cool. That
Yeah,
sounds like culo to me. That's not cool. That's culo.
Yo, facts.
Word. Like, how y'all trying to be cool instead of acting cool? You're acting like culo, man. That's messed up.
Yeah, they ain't what's up either.
Now I get it. You know, a lot of the standing around and loitering not only opens the door for possible crime activity, but because it looks like regular activity, the cops get confused and when real bad things are happening because to them it's just regular stuff. You know, but by telling them that they cannot be outside, basically they have an excuse to stop at anybody's table. Oh, you know, didn't you see this post?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, that's why we're stopping. No, while we're here, let me see your IDs. Let's check your, you know, hey, yo.
Yeah.
They always want to find a reason to bother.
Yeah,
Why
or
not?
just to mess up the party.
Why not? Why not? And that's the biggest problem.
Yep.
That is the biggest problema that they have going on.
Pretty much.
I can't wait to see what they're gonna tell me
Wow.
this year when they see me in the parks with my students, you know, clacking at the sticks. Last year they tried to stop us, like, hey, you too. Like, we're not fighting, we're training.
Yep.
Oh, like, yeah. You guys want a lesson, or are you gonna carry on?
Sure.
For real. All right, guys, but you know the lingo, you know the drill.
Yeah.
Stay woke, stay vigilant, keep practicing, don't stop training, and you already know. Until next time, let's stay safe.
Yep.
Us.
And us.
Blessings to everyone.
Yep. And thank you, Sifu Mark Li.